All right, the Reds, it is Talking Reds live from Liverpool. Myself, Gareth Roberts, him, Craig Hannan, you, nice one. And
Hiya, nice one.
and we are talking, of course, about Liverpool's biggest win at Goodison Park. Oh, hello, absolute volume.
Inception.
We are talking about Liverpool's biggest win at Goodison Park since 1986 in the Screen Sports Super Cup. Johnny Milburn knew that, which I was really impressed with. But last night on the post-match pint, I was like, do you know the last time we scored 4 at Goodison? And he's like, pondering it. And I was like, it's 91, it's the FA Cup, it's the 4-4, 30 years ago. I was 15 years old last time we scored 4 at Goodison. But that was a draw, and that was also when Kenny resigned, so that wasn't good. And then I was like, but there's a 4-1 win, 86, and he went, Screen Sports Super, and I was like, wow.
What's a Screen Sports?
It was when they invented a cup because we weren't in Europe.
Wow.
And so we played this like 2-legged final thing, semi-final, whatever it was, against Everton. But yeah, last night was absolutely superb, and it's just it just reinforces, underlines, whatever you want, the point that we are watching the very best version of Liverpool Football Club that there's probably ever been. Like, in the same season, going to Old Trafford and winning 5-0, going to Goodison Park and winning 4-1, it doesn't really get much better. More importantly, we're right up there. The other two won in the title race. We needed to win last night. A draw wasn't good enough. We've had loads of draws at the pit. And last night, we went there and won convincingly. And actually, you know, again on the post-match pint, spoilers, there's going to be a clip in a bit of that. We were a bit like, should there be more? We scored 4 great goals, though. Every one of them is fantastic.
Incredible. I watched them back this morning. I was at the match, and you know, just watching each one of them was like, I got all of that joy like rushing back to me again. The Jota goal is just something really else. It's so good. The Henderson one as well. Both Salah's. You know, Salah is just on another planet at the moment, and
19 goals on the 1st of December. Wow.
And that is not news to anyone that he's on another planet at the moment, but he is. He's just, you know, everything he does touches the He doesn't, because he's just a shite. But you know, it was that I think that was, I was about to say, that's everything you want from a Goodison derby, because, you know, in my lifetime, as I've said, we don't get that. We haven't got that many times. We haven't got that at all.
Someone said they get motion sickness from this shit table.
This is shit table.
And they're like, is it time for a new one? Fucking right it is. and we can just give this to like someone who's putting wallpaper up somewhere. Do you know what I mean?
I think it was time to get a new table like the moment we started using it.
Pretty much, yeah. This is live, by the way, so you can make comments on YouTube, where I'll see it, on Facebook, where honestly I won't, because I've only got YouTube up on my phone. So Rob,
just shouting into the ether.
Rob says there, it's a gallon of tea kind of morning. You're not wrong, mate. I haven't been home. Look, you've got to have a bevy. You've got to have a bevy after that.
On a scale of 1 to drunk, I am still drunk, Robbo. Yeah, is what I would say.
I mean, George, valued contributor of the Anfield Wrap, fortunately lives in town and has a spare room. Thanks, George. And I tried to get off from his flat by walking into a cupboard.
I love that. It happens when you're staying at mate's house or your flat.
See you later, mate.
Bye-bye. There's the boiler.
But yeah, the Reds, you know what, like, you know the build-up to the game, and obviously Jürgen was getting pretty spiky about the fact that he didn't want to be sort of misquoted about it, didn't want to turn it into a thing. You know, he mentioned something about it perhaps being a bit physical and he didn't like it, and then that created headlines, and then his follow-up press conference, he was just not engaging at all. Like, he's done that all the way through, sort of just said, well, it's another game and blah, 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 and I sort of get that from a psychology point of view. But what I thought was interesting was that wasn't a fucking another game.
No.
So, you know, like Henderson, you wouldn't have seen this, Henderson in the tunnel was like a boxer going to war, do you know what I mean? He just had this face on him and you were like, wow, here we go. And then Henderson was brilliant, by the way, and he scored a great goal. But all of them, I mean, like Virgil taking the free kick.
That was
like,
wild.
He's just so desperate to score against them and go, fuck off!
I was a bit annoyed. I was like, this is perfect. Trent, and then Virgil stands. I'm like, okay, this is what we're doing. No, I think you're right. I think that, I mean, often what a manager says, you know, within the media and in front of the cameras will be different to what he's saying in the dressing room. And by the looks of things, what the players were saying in the dressing room was, let's fucking, you know, let's eat them up alive, and that's exactly what they did. One of the things that I noticed a few times, during the match was Robertson. Robertson was just this man possessed when the goals went in front of the away end. Like he was celebrating by himself. He was screaming at the crowd. There was one where a ball gets thrown at him from the Everton end, and he has a little laugh at them, and just every one of them, he was full of needle, and I think that will have been the same mentality throughout the team because of getting beat at Anfield by them last year, what happened to Goodison last year, obviously the injuries, the Thiago, the Van Dijk, and that adds a little edge to it, but that was a team possessed last night, and it's madness that they scored 4 now at Goodison. They've beaten United 5-0. This can't mean nothing now. It needs to be part of a journey towards.
It feels big. So
yeah, it does.
It feels like when we were talking about it last night. As I said, we were like, well, it's sort of a shame that we didn't really put them totally to the sword because we were so dominant. We should have been 2-0 up in a matter of minutes. Mo should have gone with his head, Matip should have scored, all of that thing. But 4-1's not bad, and it feels to me a bit like when we go to Villa and win in the last minute, where you're like, this is what you do when you're on the march to the title. This is what you do when you're right.
This is the very essence of what it means to be on the march.
In joke there, I and Neil. But yeah, we're getting some comments as well. People saying Henderson's best game for the Reds. Lots of love or not for this table. Someone says it's as wobbly as I am. And Jota did the eat them alive goal celebration. Tell me more, Eric.
Is that not like Baby Shark? I thought that's what it was.
I don't know. Like he starts with the cup there, which
was great,
which was brilliant.
Yeah,
it was a brilliant goal from Jota as well, by the way. But then it turned into this thing, and we were like, well, what's that? Like Neil was saying, is it like like the end of a film? Like and I was like, I don't think it's that.
No, it was a shark. It was definitely. I think it was a baby shark that he was doing. Yeah, someone will tell us in the comments whether that's correct.
Well, Limping Monkey says baby shark, lol.
Yeah. Lol too. Lol as well. Agree.
Okay, so here's a clip of the post-match pint where we have a think about what else we're going to talk about because we're still drunk.
Get in, get the fuck in. Liverpool 4. Everton 1 or Everton 1, Liverpool 4. Whatever way you want to look at it, it is the first time in 30 years that Liverpool have scored 4 goals at Goodison Park. And more importantly than winning there, Liverpool are right up there in the title race still. The other 2 contenders for that won tonight as well. Really important for the Reds to go there and win tonight. They went there, they won well. And oddly, John, there's like a mild disappointment that we haven't scored an absolute hatful. I mean, 4's not bad. As I've said, it's a while since that happened, but we absolutely dominated that game. We were so much the better side.
I think it's fair to say in the first 5 minutes, after Liverpool scored 3 goals, it wouldn't have been considered bizarre. The absolute dominance we had and the skill that we had in the first 5-10 minutes of the game. And then that extended into the first half hour. We were just cutting them apart. They looked absolutely ragged, had no response to what Liverpool were doing. And you're absolutely right, 2-1, I was insulted at 2-1. I think their goal came from a throw-in, seemed like we all just knocked off for 5 minutes, and to be in the situation where they were within 1 goal of this Liverpool team, I was mildly insulted, to be honest with you. And then coming back in the second half, we reasserted some of that dominance, but to 4-1 flatters them massively, I think, and that's, I know I sound incredibly spoiled saying that,
but it's true.
But I just think this was an opportunity, and this Liverpool team had the capability and the chances to have created even more clear blue sky between us and Liverpool.
It's a collection of great goals, Neil, but equally, you can't help, you're human, you can't help but go. There was chances there. Why didn't Mo go with his head? Yep. Matip had like almost an open goal unchallenged so early on. And look, no one's complaining here. I'm absolutely fucking delighted. But it's just like there's a small part of me still going, what could have been here?
Yeah, 4-1 away wins and orgasms. I've never had a bad one, to paraphrase Woody Allen. But the fact of the matter is that Liverpool absolutely are just streets ahead of this Everton team.
Are we back? Yeah. We are apparently back. So we had the diving blues, got beat 4-1. Got a couple of bookings for diving, which was hilarious as well. Were you aware in the ground that when Liverpool went 2-0 up, loads of them got off?
Not really. I could see people sort of, you know, like, I maybe thought they were going for an early pint, to be honest. I've heard that on 20 the cameras were showing fans getting off. I didn't really sort of notice that, to be honest, no.
It was good. Watch it all back.
I will.
Watch it all back as well, just to enjoy Ali McCoist, because he's just a wonderful fella.
We should get him on. He's brilliant, isn't he? He's the joy of football. You hear it in his voice. Like, he isn't just sort of describing. He's describing, like, he isn't just he isn't describing what he's seeing. He's describing what he's feeling as well, isn't he? And you hear it and you feel. I love watching like Scotland highlights, and he's watching it because he's like, you know.
But he was like, you know, he was really, you know, going to town on how good the Reds were, and like, you know, he'd like sort of say something, and he'd be like, "Dearie me." You know what I mean? And you'd be
like your granny watching it.
You'd be like, yes, Ali absolutely loves us. Honestly, it was great. Him and John Champion together is glorious.
Brilliant. I'm just looking at the comments here, and like a lot of love for Jota, and like I've seen just something there about the idea that Jota is. I think it's important to have Jota actually putting a bit of pressure on Mane and Bobby.
Yeah.
I don't think Jota's putting pressure on anyone. I think he's securing his spot here, because like he's a footballer that, you know, there's another level to. You know that his ceiling is much greater than what he's already at, but the level he's already playing at is incredible. And to have him, to have Mane, and to have Salah playing at the same time, and then to have Bobby coming back is just, you know, it's a dream, isn't it? That goal is just
the goals
turn, the finish, you know, the top of the net, the celebration. Apparently there's a crocodile, just Sloterdale. I've just seen something. You know, it's apparently a crocodile, but you know, he's brilliant, and we all know about his press, and we all know what Pep Linders thinks of all of that. But
I like
that
people are bringing up previous fuck ups from you there, lad.
Fuck off, use your little grasses.
Our performance was a bit heckle and shite. Oh, brilliant, nice one, mate. The internet never forgets. They put I absolutely love that. Remember that time Craig and Gareth did Talking Reds and they were bladdered. No, the Reds are brilliant. On Jota as well, what I would say is that I think, and I think we can be pretty certain on this, that Liverpool, you know, we're obviously putting the feelers out for another forward, and I wouldn't mind betting all the money in the world if I had it. I haven't. That, you know, they would have approached other forwards who've gone, fuck that. Like, you've got Mane, Salah and Bobby Firmino, I'm not getting any game time. Whereas Jota's looked at it and gone, I'll get myself game time. I'll be good enough. I'm all right with that. And he's come in, and as you say, he's now deserving of a place. He's not some like backup. He's not, I mean, you think about how we think about him and how we think about Divi, and we love Divi, and he's a cult hero and all that, but you don't want him in the team. Do you know what I mean? Let's be honest. Yeah. But Jota's in the team, and you don't bat an eyelid.
There's no drop off. Yeah. There's no drop off from him, Firmino. And they both play different roles, they both do different things, and I've said it before that Firmino's sort of redefined what we expect of a forward and a striker. But Jota's come in and just, you know, he's been excellent. Like, before that injury, if that injury doesn't happen, God knows what he does last season, God knows where Liverpool end up. But this season, you know, he's a fella that's, you know, he's part of the front three, isn't he? You know, there is no the front three anymore, there's four of them. And what are you laughing at? You're doing that smirk, or someone's taking the piss out of me in the comments.
Correct. Someone's remembered that you said balloon door.
Do you know what? Do you know what? That you can fuck off as well. The Belfast live show, which I didn't go to, someone brought a balloon that said Dior on it, and do you remember this?
No.
The last Belfast live show, a lad got a balloon that said Dior on it, and brought it to the live show, and I wasn't there, but my mum and dad were there. Yeah, my mum and dad were there, so he handed it. He's got there's a picture of him giving the balloon anyway.
Yeah, I remember this now. Absolutely brilliant needle. Like stuff like that we absolutely love. I mean, like, look, we can sit on here and talk about the Reds, but you know, if you want to take the piss out of us, like, feel free, because who the fuck are we?
Absolutely.
Someone else saying we could do with a table. Someone saying Koeman would be proud of the tree.
the tree's a bit better this year. Tom's done it. Remember in the past where like it got a lot of heat because it looked like a really sad, sorry tree.
That's some neat.
Same tree.
Yeah, but Tom's made it
that's
look
some shit aimed at you there, Sam.
Not as good though.
Merry Christmas, Everton.
That was good. I love that. One of my favourite things about the Merseyside derby is somehow it always sneaks into December. Whether it's the Goodison one, whether it's the one at Anfield, and so you get to sing, Manny scoring. You get to sing.
I just like that. Yeah, I just like that. It's so convincing that all the bullshit around derbies that we've had to endure over recent years, it just isn't there. I mean, like, you know, we all try to be like, you know, let's not fucking poke the bear type of thing, but. You know, I couldn't help myself about 1 o'clock in the morning and put something on about like we've pissed the derby here, like we're on a different level to them. There's no bites because they know that.
That's fact. That isn't taking the piss or that isn't poking the bear. That's like fact, and they know that.
100%.
The gulf between the two sides last night was just, it was massive. It was absolutely massive, and they know that. They can see that. They're watching it with their own eyes, week in, week out. You know, I saw it in their face how angry they were. I think I spent half the match just looking at them, like singing at them, because, you know, that was just, you know, after what happened last season with, you know, last season's Goodison derby, what happened with, I was the same as the players. I had the same mindset. I was like, I'm going to fucking stick it to you, and we did.
Yeah. And really important as well, obviously, with City and Chelsea both winning as well. Anything else you want to talk about, lad?
Everton need a gravy return, someone said.
I mean, no. What I was going to say about the sort of the bullshit around it as well, like all the Rafa stuff and all that kind of stuff. It's just all irrelevant. It's just like you've looked at them there and gone, you've got nothing. You've got to struggle. You're in a relegation fight, and you're none of our business basically. And like, you know, even the Rafa stuff, it's like. You know, I think all the media and all the world was watching, you know, to see like, well, how's that going to go, and that could get really toxic and all that. No one was really bothered, was they? I mean, there was a couple of songs, but
it was good to sing the Rafa Benitez because it's, you know, it's a brilliant song in it. But also just the fact that we were able to take the piss. I think that's what we all sort of wanted. But I mean, it's I don't know how this. I know how this ends for Rafa. I was about to say I don't know how this ends for Rafa. I know how this ends for Rafa.
Yeah,
and it isn't. You know,
what I like about Rafa, by the way, is that, you know, like before the Brentford defeat, like it's now 8 games without a win, isn't it? They haven't won since September the 25th. But I like that he does an interview. And he basically goes, oh yeah, you know, I've had a chat with Mashiri and everything's fine. I fancy staying for 3 years.
I saw that.
If not longer.
Pure Rafa, that, isn't it? It's like, that's Rafa.
You know, these are all fuming, like, why is this cop-eyed fucking red shite prick here? And then he's just like, I'm staying, lads. You know, I'm not going anywhere. I don't give 2 fucks. And he obviously doesn't give 2 fucks, which is why he took the job in the first place. People want... Yeah, I agree, by the way, with Gareth here. Good name. He says Rafa's at the wheel was a bit wool. I'm sort of with you on that, mate. I didn't think that was like you want to go there and have a laugh. Like just what you said, singing the Rafa song, that was fine. Do you know what I mean? That's all that needed to be done. Rafa at the wheel. Not having that really, to be honest. Loads of people talking about the table. If you want to give us a table, you've got a spare table going. That's better than this fella.
Influencers get stuff, don't they? We'll influence table.
Yeah, like good looking people who wear.
We'll influence table. Fuck me, what a sentence.
Good looking people who wear good clobber. So not me then. Get free stuff on the internet, don't they? So
we'll have a table.
I'm just looking at the comments. Sorry, seeing if there's any good ones.
Do you know what though? It sets up. I'll fill. It sets up. It sets up the Christmas period because we've now got 9 games. 1st of December we wanted to start it with like a bang, and obviously the end of November the 3 home games, the big wins on each of them. You know, that was the perfect preparation for the Merseyside derby. But this is like another statement. I think what you were saying earlier, like these big wins are these big statements, and they sort of signify what Liverpool want to do and are going to do this season. You know, they're going to be amongst it. They might win the league. They might win more. But you know, a game like that in a fixture that they found difficult throughout the years in terms of like it feels like every time I've gone to Goodison it's either 0-0 or the Manny derby. You know, I've been there 5 times and every single time I've seen 1 goal before last night, and you know that game you know, it shows the golf, but it also like signifies what Liverpool want to do this season. And you know, I'm so excited for this Christmas period now, because we know what Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool sides are like during the Christmas period. They find the rhythm. You know, it's when we've got players coming back. We've got, you know, decent depth now, particularly in midfield. You know, where we haven't over the past couple of weeks. With Milner coming back, with Chamberlain. And obviously what we've mentioned there, we've got 3 incredible forwards. It's Jota is, no, he's just behind Vardy, isn't he? So we've got one. We've got one. The top goal scorer, we've got the third and the fourth, and only Vardy's in the middle of those.
Yeah, Vardy's got 9, hasn't he? And Jota's got 8. But you know, Mo being on 19 in all comps is unbelievable.
Like 20. Remember he's a 20 a season forward. Yeah. That used to be a thing.
Saying this last night. He used to say if a striker gets 20 goals, then sound. And here we are, like, 2nd of December, he's got 19 goals.
And it's not just that, he's not just a poacher, he's not just a goal scorer, he's like everything else that he offers. It's the assist that he's got, like his goal involvements are, well, it's more than double now of any other player in the Premier League. He's just, the level he's at is incredible. Give him a contract. I can't believe we still haven't got that contract sorted, by the way. And we will, I'm sure we will, but...
People are buzzing off us, you know. So like, just look at the state of us. Like.
Do you know what?
I mean, we were both in motel at one point there last night.
I think we were laughing at we were on
and
talking.
We're on talking
this
10.
See you there, lad.
I've still got
it's the derby though, like, and it did feel big. It, like, you know, it was one to celebrate. If you're not going out and celebrating that and enjoying that, then you know what are you in it for? Because we don't win 4 on it at Goodison very often. We certainly haven't in my lifetime. I mean, over the past 10 years, we've won once, isn't it?
It was annoying to concede, wasn't it though?
Yeah, but do you know what? I'd sort of forgotten about that. Even when it gave them that little bit of hope, it kept them there for longer. It meant they stayed in the stadium for longer to watch the other goals. Do you know what I mean? You give it to them and then you fucking take it away from them with 3 brilliant goals. That's how I'm looking at it. I know what you mean. It would be brilliant to go there and go 4 or 5. We could add more. I could add 2 in the first 3 minutes. I thought they were
a little bit lucky as well on the goal in that, like, you know, Alisson nearly gets it. Like, you know, the way Alisson's out and sort of right on him, you know, that works for him more often than not, it feels like. And this time it just sort of ricochets, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Legs and then goes in, and it's a bit like, you know, there's another way where it was saved. But
lad, I just caught myself in this and I look fucking terrible. Oh my God.
Baby Guinness and like, aren't they?
Oh my God, I can't believe people are watching this.
Yeah, I don't know.
My mum probably watches it.
Craig's mum. I can recommend, or maybe not, Baby Guinness. Nice at the time, not so nice now.
Not nice when you got Talking Reds at 10:30.
Have we done enough to get off now? Yeah, Sam says yeah. So there you go.
We've got our Christmas party tonight. We've got our Christmas do tonight.
Can someone else do the preview so I can get a wash?
You need a wash, like, you need a wash.
Fucking hell. That's been Talking Reds. Of the Reds.